Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. So inshallah we're moving on to the next chapter in the Tawabi', which is the Atf bil-Harf. And he mentions Atf bil-Harf because there's something called Atf al-Bayan coming up later on. So to avoid that, he's going to explain that. We'll explain the differences between these later on, inshallah. Okay. So the second tabi', the second word which follows the i'rab of the word before it, is called al-atf bil-huruf. So faslun, al-atfu bil-huruf, doing an atf using huruf. So atf bil-huruf is a tabi'. We explain what tabi' means. Yunsabu ilayhi ma nusiba ila matbu'ihi. Is that tabi' towards which? Is that tabi' towards which? Yunsabu, attribute, or linked, associated. So the atf bil huruf is that tabi' towards which that, we put the min bayaniya, ay min al hukmi, that rule, that association, that predicate, that information. So towards which that information is linked or associated to it, which has been associated to its matbu'. What does that mean? So for example, let me explain, finish off it. وَكِلَاهُمَا, kila means both. And both of them are maqsudan, objective. بِتِلْكَ النِّسْبَةِ, via that link. What does that mean? We have the word here, sentence, جَاءَ زَيْدٌ وَعَمْرٌ. So we're saying here, أمر is أتف بالحرف. What is it? أتف بالحرف. Why? Because it's a harf al-atf and it's a tabi'. So this is a tabi'. It's a tabi'. First of all, it's a tabi'. Nusiba ilayhi, yunsabu ilayhi ma nusiba ila matbu'ihi. The matbu' is this. This is the matbu', the thing being followed. So we are linking ja'a, the nisba and the link, we're associating ja'a to Zayd. We're associating ja'a to Zayd. So we will also yunsabu ilayhi, we will also associate ja'a to Amr. So yunsabu ilayhi ma nusiba ila matbu'ihi. So ma nusiba ila matbu'ihi. What has been linked, attributed to its matbu', Zayd, is also attributed to it, the tabi', the Amr. So the atf bil huruf is a tabi', yunsabu ilayhi. To that tabi' we attribute the very same thing which has been attributed to the matbu'. So we attributed ja'a to Zayd, we will also attribute ja'a to Amr. You understand? Yes, you following? Okay. And the second thing he explains here is kilahuma maqsudan, that both of them are primary objectives. When you have a badal, and very similar to the badal, you have atf bayan. In there, for example, if I said Ja'a Zaydun akhuka, your brother Zayd came. So only one of them is coming, Zayd. And akhuka is not a primary person who done the ja'a. It is similarly a clarification of Zayd. As opposed to atf bil huruf. When you have atf bil huruf, what happens? We want to explicitly say two things came, Zayd and Amr. Both are objectives of that link. Both of them are ja'a. You understand? So we have Ja'a Zaydun wa Amrun, Zayd and Amr. So both are maqsood and both are objectives via this nisbah. Have you understood? Yes? Musab, you understand? Any questions from anybody before you go ahead? Okay, I'll take that as a no. Okay. And he says here, وَيُسَمَّى أَطْفَ النَّسَقِ. Atf bil huruf, another name for this is what? Adfun Nasaq. Is what? Adfun Nasaq. Basically atf bil huruf. When you use a harful atf, waw, fa, thumma, all of them, all 9 or 10 of them according to the ulama, any one of these you use between the ma'tuf alay and ma'tuf, you can call it atf bil harf, you can call it adfun nasaq. Okay? And he says here, وَشَرْطُهُ, the atfun nasaq or the atf bil harf, its condition is mubtada, its condition is that أن يكون بينه وبين متبوعه, that between it and its matbu' is one of the, this is the ism kana, and this is what? Khabaru kana. That between it and its matbu' you should have one of the huruf al-atf. Between it and its matbu' what should we have? One of the huruf al-atf. Do you understand? So for example, when we had the previous example, you had Ja'a Zaydun wa Amrun. So it is a harf al-atf between the two of them. So then you can call it atf bin nasaq. Yeah, atf بالحرف. If it doesn't have a harf al-atf between them, then it will be atf bayan. We'll discuss that later on, inshallah. وَسَيَأْتِي ذِكْرُهَا. The huruf al-atf. The huruf al-atf, he's not going to discuss it here. Because we said what the bab, this book has a few chapters. The first was ism, fa'il and harf. So he will discuss the huruf al-atf in the last chapter, in al-qism al-thalith, in huruf. Here he'll explain the ahkam and the rulings of harf al-atf and atfun bin nasaq. But he's not going to explain in details the rules of waw, fa, thumma, etc. Okay? And you get example here, qama zaydun wa amrun. So here, qama zaydun wa amrun. This is atfun bil harf or atfun nasaq, because there is a tabi', we link to amr, what we link to zayd, and both are maqsood. So it's called harfun bil atf. Very simple, it's an explanation of this. Now he's going on to explain a few different rulings regarding the huruf al-atf. So the first rule he mentions here is that when you have, let's do the example first. If I want to say, me and Zayd, we both hit, or we both done any action, you can't simply say, darabtu wa Zaydun. What do we have here? Daraba is fa'il, and the two here is what? Dhamirun marfu'un muttasilun. What do we have? Dhamirun marfu'un muttasilun. So when you make this, when this becomes the ma'tufun alayh, you can't make this a ma'tuf alayh. Usually, well, in this first rule, you can't make it a ma'tuf alayh. What do you have to do? You have to bring the same dhamir marfu muttasil in munfasil form. So darabtu, I hit. What does I mean? Ana. So you have to bring the word ana after darabtu. So here. So in here we had dhamir marfu muttasil. We want to do atf on this. Wa Zaydun, me and Zayd hit. You're not allowed to do that. What do you have to do? You have to bring the equivalent dhamir munfasil after it. Then you do atf on this. Do you understand? So he's saying here, وَإِذَا أُتِفَ عَلَى الزَّمِيرِ الْمَرْفُوءِ الْمُتَّصِلِ. When you do atf on a zamir, which is marfu and muttasil, what do you have to do? يَجِبُ. It is necessary to emphasize it. تأكيد, when you emphasize, meaning you repeat it. For example, in a form of tawqid, we haven't done it yet in Nahw, or in this level, but جاء زيد زيد, you repeat it. So when you repeat a word called ta'keed lafzi, so by you repeat it basically, you bring it as ta'keed, you repeat it. So it is necessary, yajibu, it is necessary, ta'keeduhu, to emphasize or repeat. It is necessary to emphasize or repeat it. How? With dhamir munfasil, with the equivalent dhamir munfasil. So the equivalent of darabtu, tu is ana. You have to say darabtu ana wa Zaydun. You follow it? And then he gives one exemption. Illa idha fussila. However, there is one scenario where you do not need to bring the zamir munfasil. Idha fussila. When you bring a separation, any separation. For example, darabtu is dhamir marfu' muttasil, and you're doing atf. Yes? But what is this? A fasl, a separation, a space. So now it is not necessary to bring the darabtu ana al-yawm wa zaidun. Okay? Let's give you examples of the Quran and it'll sink into your minds, inshallah. وَقُلْنَا, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَقُلْنَا يَا آدَمُ اسْكُنْ أَنْتَ وَزَوْجُكَ الْجَنَّةِ. So what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says? So, قُلْنَا يَا آدَمُ uskun. So this uskun is the فعل أمر, and al-jannah is a maf'ulun bihi. Sorry, maf'ulun. What is it? What is it, Musab? Maf'ul fi. Why does it not have the harfun jar fi? Is it mahdud, mubham, or is it mubham or mahdud? Yes, correct. It is mahdud, so it should have been uskun fil jannah, but the word is sakana, nazala, dakhala, tawassu'an, you're allowed to have it without the harfun jar fi. So uskun, maf'ul fi. Now, in the fa'lu amr, we have the pronoun here. We have the fa'il is anta, hidden. Zamir, marfu', muttasil, which is mustatir. Correct? And we do atf. So you stay and you and your wife. So now you and your spouse. So you can't say uskun wa zawjuka. The Arab language does not allow that. What do you have to say? You have to tawkeed of this zamir by bringing a zamir munfasil of the equal. So uskun means anta. You stay. So you have to bring it out. So you and your spouse reside in Jannah. Have you understood that example? Yes? Okay. Another example. فإذا استويت أنت ومن معك على الفلك. Here's a fa'il. Well, in terms of meaning wise. So إذا استويت ومن معك. So because we have here zamir marfu muttasil, we want to do atf on it. We have to bring zamir munfasil to create emphasis, and then you can't just say إذا استويت ومن معك. Make sense? Yes, you following, Musab? Everybody else okay? I can't see the thumbs up, so if you have any questions, you have to just let me know. Another example. The meme is missing here. ما تعبدون. So ما تعبدون من دونه إلا أسماء. You are only worshipping these false God which you have made up in your own minds. أسماء سميتموها. So سميتم. What do you have here? سميتموها أنتم وآباؤكم. So who's the fa'il? This is the fa'il. What form is the fa'il coming in? Zamir, marfu', muttasil. And وآباؤكم is what? Atf. What is antum? No, sorry, not antum. What is ha? Maf'ulun. Correct. And is it a fasl? It's a fasl, isn't it? It is a fasl. So between the fa'il here, there's a fasl. So in theory, you can say sammaytum fi ghayr al-Quran. You could have said sammaytumuha wa aba'ukum. So when we say if there's a fasl, you don't have to. You have a choice then. You can bring the zamir or you can bring it directly. So in this example, the zamir has been brought with tawkeed, even though it's not necessary because of the fasl. You following? لَهُ أُقْبَ الدَّارِ. For them is the abode of the hereafter. مُبْدَل مِنْهُ. What's the badal? جَنَّاتُ أَدْنٍ يَدْخُلُونَهَا. What's happening here? Who can run through with me? So يَدْخُلُونَ is what? Where's the fa'il? Oh, wow. What is this? مفعول به. So what does that become? It's a fasil. This is maf'ulun. What's happened to the pen? Maf'ulun bihi, which is also a fasil. Yes? So it's a what? A fasil. Maf'ulun bihi is a fasil. Because of this, the zamir is a tawkeed. There's no tawkeed. It could have had if they were talking about whom وَمَنْ صَلَهَ مِنْ آبَائِهِمْ وَأَزْوَاجِهِمْ وَذُرِّيَّاتِهِمْ. Understood? مَا كُنْتُ تَعْلَمُوهَا أَنْتَ وَلَا قَوْمُكَ. What's happening in here? تعلموها is what? تعلمو is فعل and also فاعل, and ha is what? مفعول به. What's that considered as a fasl, a separation. Correct. So this anta is what? Is it optional or is it necessary? Because the fasl is there. You don't have to have it, but it's brought there. So تعلموها أنت ولا قومك. Neither you nor your people knew of this before this. Another example. What did it say? لو شاء الله. Had Allah will ما أشركنا ولا آباؤنا. What's happening here? أشركنا is what? Is it correct? La is a fasil. La is a fasil. Therefore, it is not necessary to repeat the zamir nahnu. So any fasil that comes, then it allows you are allowed to then remove the zamir, the mu'akkid zamir. But if there's no fasil, then you have to do what? Bring the tawkid of the zamir munfasil. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nasalli ala rasulihil kareem. So moving on now, we have here وإذا أُطِفَ على الضمير المجرور يجب إعادة حرف الجر. Let's take this example here. We have مررت بك وبزيد. So what's the rule here? If we are doing atf, and the ma'tuf alayh is this. This is the ma'tufun alayh. Correct? And what is it? Is zamir majroor is what? It is a zamir. It is a zamir majroor, and zamir majroor is always muttasil anyways, but still. Okay? So if you have ma'tuf alayh as a zamir majroor and it has a muttasil, you can't say marartu bika wa zaydin. What do you have to do? It is necessary to repeat the harf jar. You have to bring the ba again. Yes? So if you have the ma'tuf alayh as a zamir majroor, you have to repeat the harf jar. So وَإِذَا أُطِفَ عَلَى الضَّمِيرِ الْمَجْرُورِ. When there's atf on a zamir majroor, when there's atf on a zamir majroor as bika, yajibu, it is necessary i'ada, to repeat. What happened here? It is necessary. It's not working. It was working yesterday. It is necessary to repeat the harf al-jar. What will happen? It is necessary to repeat the harf al-jar. So i'ada, it is necessary to repeat the harf al-jar. Okay? There's ikhtilaf amongst the scholars regarding this in Nuhat, but that's it. So for example here, قُلِ اللَّهُ يُنَجِّيكُم مِّنْهَا وَمِن كُلِّ كَرْبٍ. So what's happening here? We have here, minha is a dhamir majroor, and that is becoming the ma'tuf alayh. So what do we have to do? We have to do, what do we say here? We must do what? I'ada. We must repeat i'adatu harf al-jar. We must repeat the harf al-jar. The harf al-jar is repeated here. So قُلِ اللَّهُ يُنَجِّيكُم مِّنْهَا وَمِن كُلِّ كَرْبٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will save you from that and from every other difficulty and distress. Another example we have here, وَعَلَيْهَا وَعَلَى الْفُلْكِ. Again, عَلَيْهَا is zamir majroor, and as ma'tuf alayh. So what do you have to do now? You have to repeat the harfun jar. Ala. Okay? Yes? So that's so far so good. Now, moving on, he's saying here, وَعْلَمْ أَنَّ الْمَعْطُوفَ فِي حُكْمِ الْمَعْطُوفِ عَلَيْهِ. The ma'tuf, the second word after waw, has the same ruling as the word before waw. I mean, إِذَا كَانَ الْأَوَّلُ, when the first word, i.e., what is before waw. The first, meaning what is before waw. What is before waw? If that which is before waw, the first word, meaning the ma'tuf alayh, if the ma'tuf alayh is a sifatan li shay'in, is a sifa, أو خبرا لأمر, or it's a khabar, أو صلة أو حالا. If it's any of these, then فَالثَّانِي كَذَلِكَ أَيْضًا. The second word will also be in the same ruling. It will also have the meaning of sifa or khabar or sila or hal. That's quite obvious. So the next thing he's mentioning here, it's a mistake here. The next thing he's mentioning, he's saying here, الضابطة فيه. ضابطة, the general rule. So the general rule regarding this atf is wherever it is possible أن يقام المعطوف مقام المعطوف عليه. Wherever it is possible to place the ma'tuf in place of the ma'tuf alayh without the meaning being spoiled or something going wrong, then you can do atf. And where you can't replace the ma'tuf alayh in the ma'tuf's place, then you can't do atf. He hasn't got an example, but one example they give in the books is this example here. They say here, look, ما زيد قائما ولا ذاهب أمر. Now he's saying here, you cannot make this, sorry right here, ma'tufun. You can't make this ma'tufun. Why? Because if you make it ma'tuf on this, you have to make this marfu. You can't make it mansub and says atfun qa'iman. Because if you make it atf on qa'iman, what does that mean? Ma zaydun qa'iman wala dhahiban. This will become the khabar of Zayd. Because that would mean ma zaydun qa'iman wala dhahiban. And that's not the meaning. The meaning is what? Ma zaydun qa'iman, one sentence, Zayd is not standing and Amr is not going. So if you do atf and you make it mansub, then it would mean that Zayd is not standing and Zayd is not going. And that's not the meaning. The meaning is what? Zayd is not standing and Amr is not going. So because you can't replace the dhahibun with qa'iman, they're not interchangeable. Therefore, atf is not permissible here. That's what he's explaining in this example. Okay. The next thing he's explaining here is, let's look at this example here. Fiddari Zaydun. Fiddari Zaydun. What do we have? We have one sentence. Yes? Fiddari Zaydun. Dar is majroor. Why is dar majroor? What's the amil on dar? The fi harfun jar. Okay? Yes, if you look here, in this example, the dar is majroor because of the harfun jar. This is khabar muqaddam. Okay? This is khabar muqaddam. So the dar is majroor because of fi. And Zayn is mubtada'un mu'akharun. And why is it marfu? Because the amil is ibtida. In al-awamil bil-qida. Being the mubtada makes it marfu. Awamil ma'nawi. Yes? So we have two amils. And now we have here Fiddari Zaydun wal hujrati amrun. So hujra is atf on dar and amr is atf on Zayd. So he's saying this is permissible. So we're saying here wal atfu ala ma'mulay amilayni mukhtalifaini ja'izun. It is permissible to do atf of two ma'muls. So we have what? Two ma'muls. So ma'mul 1, ma'mul 2 of two different amils. So this one amil is the harfun jar, one amil is the ibtida. So we have an example where we have two amils. One is harfun jar, one is ibtida. And both of their ma'mul is ma'tuf alayh. So it's permissible to do atf of two different amil, the ma'mul of two different amils. Yes? So again, dar is majroor because of fi, Zayd is marfu because of ibtida. So it's two different amils, two different ma'muls. These are the amil, the cause, what causes it to be marfu or majroor. So these two amils have two different ma'muls, each have their own ma'mul. What we allowed to do is do atf of both of them. So this has its own harf, goes across to here, and this goes across to here. This is permissible. So if you have two amils, they both have their own ma'mul, you can do atf on them. Okay? But only in one scenario. What scenario is this? إِذَا كَانَ الْمَعْطُوفُ عَلَيْهِ. What's the ma'tuf alayh? مَجْرُورًا مُقَدَّم. When the majroor when the ma'tuf alay, ay الدار يا في الدار is مجرور مقدم, is a jar مجرور مقدم على الخبر على مبتدا مؤخر. والمعطوف كذلك, and the معطوف here والحجرة is also a مجرور مقدم of, and the خبر مقدم of the أمر. So في الدار زيد وفي الحجرة عمر. Okay. Again, this is something he's mentioned in Nahw. Other books have already gone into detail regarding this. It's not إقامة النداء, etc. So it's not too important. وفي هذه المسألة مذهبان آخران. In this مسألة, there's two other ways of doing it. وهما أن يجوز مطلقا عند الفراء. Imam Farra says you don't have to have the conditions of عامل مختلفين and مقدم. He doesn't say that. And Saybri says ولا يجوز مطلقا عند Saybri. Saybri says you can't do adfan. Two amils are separate. Okay, that's a more complex masala. You don't need to go delve into that. It's not really of essential. It's not really essential. Okay, but he's mentioned that at the end. Okay, any other questions? Okay. سبحان الله بحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك ونشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك.